Have you ever been afraid of a clown? Maybe in your childhood at a birthday party. Something about that colorful makeup made you uncomfortable. The smile too wide, the stare too fixed, the loud laugh that seems forced. As if, behind the paint, there's something the human face tries to hide. Now imagine discovering that behind that makeup there really was a monster. Men and even women who used clown costumes to hide their crimes. Beings who turned the symbol of joy into a perfect disguise for evil. Today you will learn about the 15 most terrifying cases of killer, psychopathic and mysterious clowns the world has ever seen. Stay with me until the end, because the last case happened here in Brazil. And it's so disturbing it will make you doubt reality itself. And remember, after this video you might never look at a clown the same way again. The first name on this list needs no introduction. John Wayne Gacy, the man the world came to know as Pogo the Clown. In the 70s in Chicago, Gacy seemed like a model citizen. He worked, volunteered, threw parties for children and took smiling photos with politicians. But behind the paint, there was the true face of evil. Between 1972 and 1978, he abducted, abused and murdered at least 33 young men. He buried most of the victims under the floorboards of his own house. During his trial, he said something that shocked the world. A clown can get away with anything, even murder. And he was right. For years, no one suspected the man who made children smile. But Gacy wasn't the only one. The second case comes straight from Brazil. Pedro Palhaço, a circus performer from the interior of Rio Grande do Sul in the 20s and 30s. By day, he made audiences laugh. By night, he became a cruel killer. Pedro lured women to his tent with promises of love and money. Then he would kill them with sadistic cruelty. Arrested in 1952, he confessed to more than 20 murders and said he felt no guilt. "A clown doesn't cry," he coldly replied to the judge. Decades later in Florida, another clown would shock the world again. The murder of Marlene Warren. In 1990, she opened her door and found a smiling clown holding balloons and flowers. She smiled, and the clown shot her in the face. For 27 years, the case remained unsolved. Until in 2017, the police revealed that the killer was Sheila Keene, the mistress of the victim's husband. She used the costume to hide her face and commit the perfect crime. The fourth case is that of the Northampton clown in England. In 2013, residents began seeing a man dressed as a clown standing on street corners in the early hours of the morning. He didn't speak, he didn't move. He just watched. Fear spread through the city. Security cameras captured images of the man staring into windows and following pedestrians. No one was arrested, no one knows who he was, but after he disappeared, copycats emerged in several cities around the world. Was it just a prank, or the beginning of something bigger? Around the same time, another name went viral. Wrinkles the clown hired to scare children. In Florida, between 2014 and 2016, an anonymous man offered a service by phone. For $150, he would show up at the homes of disobedient children to scare them. Videos showed Wrinkles emerging from under beds, peeking through windows, appearing in home movies. Nobody knew if it was an artistic performance, a psychopath, or both. When reports of disappearances began to surface in the region, Wrinkles vanished. He was never identified. But before him, in the 80s, there was the case of the roadside clown in the United Kingdom. Drivers reported encountering a man dressed as a clown hitchhiking on deserted roads. Some accepted the ride and disappeared. Others swear they saw the same smiling face in different places on the same day. No proof, no body, no answers. Just a legend that haunts night travelers to this day. In Canada, between 2005 and 2011, something even more macabre occurred. Police stations began. In Latin America, one of the darkest stories is that of the Colombian Luis Garavito. He didn't always wear a costume, but when he did, fear spread. Between 1992 and 1999, his name was linked to the disappearance of over 140 boys. He used disguises like a clown, priest or salesman to get close to children. He became known as La Bestia, and his coldness still puzzles criminologists worldwide. In the United States, a similar story was that of Andre Rand, the Staten Island clown. He worked at an institution and used costumes to attract children's attention. Several disappeared in the 70s and 80s. Rand was convicted of 2 kidnappings, but many believe his trail of mystery is even longer. The case inspired the urban legend of Cropsey, the monster that haunted the region. In France in 1997, a terrifying case became known as Le Clown Rouge. A man dressed as a red clown appeared in parks, and soon after, 4 children disappeared. Witnesses described a wide smile and light eyes. Disturbing clues were found in an abandoned van, but the driver was never located. To this day, some say they see the red clown near the parks at night. In the same year in Australia, the Botany Bay clown emerged. He was seen watching families and following teenagers. After a local event, 2 young people vanished without a trace. The only clue was a large footprint, stained with colored paint. The suspect was never identified, but the story became a horror short film. And in the 1960s in Germany, the Münsterland clown terrorized travelers. For 4 years, several women who were hitchhiking disappeared. The description was always the same, a friendly clown offering help. Their fate became one of Europe's greatest unsolved mysteries, leaving a trail of panic and unanswered questions. And returning to the United States, a crime that still sends shivers down the spine. In 2016, a family in Wisconsin woke up in the middle of the night to strange noises. When the father went to check, he found a man dressed as a clown standing in the hallway, looking into the children's room. He chased after the intruder, but the man vanished without a trace. No break-in, no footprints, no cameras. The police never found out who he was. But in the following weeks, other families in the area reported the same thing, always the same clown. And finally, the case that happened here in Brazil in Itapevi, São Paulo in 2018. A man dressed as a clown was seen for several nights in a row, watching houses and following children. At first, they thought it was a joke, until a teenage girl disappeared. Days later, she was found alive in a state of shock. She said the clown spoke with voices inside his head, and that he said, "Joy needs sacrifices." The man was never caught. Some residents swear that to this day, he appears in the early morning standing on street corners, watching in silence. After hearing all these cases, one question remains: why are we so afraid of clowns? The answer may be simpler and more terrifying than it seems. The clown represents the opposite of what he shows. He is the laughter that hides the tears, the joy that covers despair, the mask that prevents us from seeing what truly lies beneath. And fear is born right there in what we cannot understand. Perhaps that's why when we look at a clown, the human instinct screams, something is wrong, because laughter, when it comes from the wrong place, turns into a scream. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You are brave. But tell me, after all this, would you still trust a clown? Comment below, yes or no. And if you liked this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because every week I bring dark and mysterious stories like this one.